am I speaking with today?
My name is Bezaleel Jupiter. I'm an organizer with the Party for Socialism and Liberation. I'm a native of Mississippi. I'm a service worker, dishwasher, and yeah, I help out here for working class power, black power, immigrant power.
Can you tell me what liberation means to you?
To me, liberation, it means power. It means, one, power, and the power economically, the power in government of the majority of people in this country, the working class people, the people who make this country move, and the power to enshrine the necessities of life into human rights. The right to health care, the right to education, the right to a good paying job, the right to good infrastructure. We should, if the majority of people in this country were in power, we wouldn't vote for a genocide in Gaza. We wouldn't vote to take away so many jobs. We would vote for, the necessities of life, like healthcare, education, and, good jobs being human rights.
Okay, so when you say we deserve human rights, how do you think we should go about that as a people, as a collective?
Yeah, it's events such as these, the People's Congress. We're gathered, today to build a movement to make it happen because, of course, the people who have power right now, the tiny clique of billionaires, and all these politicians, they're not going to hand over their power willingly. We gotta actually organize and continue to have mass meetings and assemblies like this. We need to really think about who are we going to run in these different elections that's actually going to represent us outside of the two-party system. We need to start thinking about how do we move in a way where we can get thousands, millions of people out on the streets when they attack one of us. How are we going to think about where we work? Whether you're in the entertainment industry, whether you're in the service industry, whether you work in education, whether you work in shipping and imports, how are we going to work together to make the economy grind to a halt like we know we can?
And can you give us a little background on how you got the inspiration or started liberation work?
Yeah, it's because of people that came before me. I have a lot of family members that were in the, different movements for housing rights, movements against, South African apartheid, and told me about, people such as, Fannie Lou Hamer, black sharecropper from my home state in Mississippi, the Mississippi Delta, who spoke truth to power at the DNC and formed the Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party and fought directly against Jim Crow segregation, even at the threat of beatings and jailings and the possibly being killed. She spoke truth to power. She put things behind it. So it was stories like that, countless stories of freedom fighters, known and unknown, that inspired me to actually have the consciousness to be okay, how black people in America get free? How do poor people as a whole, 140 million poor people in this country, get free? And I see a mass socialist movement coming about, first with Bernie Sanders, and now we see and then the pandemic, I think it opened up a lot of people's eyes, and the Black Lives Matter movement, the Palestine movement. So many people's eyes are opening up now, and it's I'm just really glad to be part of that, and be able to actually be able to bring more people into this movement. And I think we're going to come to a point where we can move. We organize every day in the Party for Socialism and Liberation. We go out into the neighborhoods, especially in Clayton County, especially in especially in Forest Park, and we see a consciousness of people, people who are elderly and on Social Security, to young people who are in high school. they're telling us it's like two classes, and like right now it's only one class winning. But guess what? Like we're the working class. We're the ones making things move. We can shut things down.
Okay, and the last question, because I don't want to take up too much of your time. Do you have any advice for anybody that wants to, start getting more into the liberation movement, or if they don't really know where to go or how to start?
Yeah. I mean, I'm in the Party for Socialism and Liberation. And the thing is like, I mean, I joined when I was a student. I was 19 years old. I didn't know anything about organizing. Like we're all volunteers. We come from many different walks of life. And we're students, teachers, government workers, service workers, and if you're interested in actually getting involved in the movement, you want to be in a movement that combines all the different types of movements, from Black liberation to Palestine, to the fight for fellow workers to keep these jobs in place. Like, if you want to connect all these movements, the Party for Socialism and Liberation is a place for you, because in order for all of us to get free, we need to smash down this capitalist system. And so, if you want to get involved with PSL, you can join us on pslweb.org /join. As well, you can follow PSL Atlanta on Instagram at PSLATL. What other ways? Oh, there's this immigrant rights. Wait. You all got information on the immigrant rights, know your rights thing?
What about it? We got an
Like how to
Instagram
join.
link right now.
Yeah, what's the Instagram?
It's in. It got distributed earlier. You probably have it as well. That's good.
But yeah, we do. So in order to there's all these raids on immigrants happening all over the state of Georgia. Most notably, the raid of almost 400 immigrant workers at a Hyundai plant in El Bell, Georgia. So if they're attacking us, we gotta unite and fight back. That's why we're starting the Know Your Rights network across Georgia, the Georgia Know Your Rights network. And we're going to the thing about knowing your rights is a first step for a community to self-defend, because they want you in your home, scared to go out, afraid of being deported. But the thing is, we have rights in this country that are, and we can use those rights defend ourselves. Let me pull up the Instagram right now. But it's a very new project. I really just learned about today.
That one's not. You push it in, but you have to relieve the tension.
So yeah, it is KYR Network GA on Instagram. That is KYR Network GA on Instagram.
Right? So then I was like, okay, environmental engineering, and I was like, okay.